What is going on, everybody? Gavin Powers of Powerhouse Exotics back at it again with another video. And in today's video, we're going to be showing you guys how to make cheap DIY isopod breeding bins for your collection. For honestly, like one bin is less than like $3. So we should get right into the video. We're not going to go over like a full list of materials. It's just going to be watch the video. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be using. But yeah, we're going to be saving as much money as possible. We'll get back to you guys or just whenever we start the build. Alright guys, so we have our materials here to make the cheap isopod bins. So what we did was we took, these were $1.25 each. They come with the lid at Dollar Tree. And what I did was I took a soldering iron. You can use a knife or something, but a knife's going to cause this to splinter off, so I'd recommend a soldering iron if you have one. I did these two slits. I went and took some old window screen and hot glued it over so the isopods can't get through. I did that in the front on each one. You don't want too much ventilation because they do like high humidity. The issue with my old bins was there was too much ventilation and it wouldn't hold humidity right. Then for my medium, I'm going to be using, it's a mix of, I'm not going to give you portions, just mix it till it looks right to you, of peat moss, little bit of, what is this stuff called? Cypress mulch, little bit of, I have an echo right there because I'm next to the grill outside and the echo's bad. The echo is getting on my nerves. But, and you're also gonna need a little bit of organic topsoil. So I got that mixed up in here already so we can save time, and a bag of sphagnum moss. Now I went to go get more sphagnum moss, but we didn't have any. So I had to use this bag that I'd actually left outside for an old project underneath the cage I was building. And so it's already got a lot of moisture and it's already been soaking. So we're setting up 3 bins, one for dairy cow isopods, one for Percellio scaber coys, I don't have a lot left, and one for, it's a wild type species that I actually picked up outside. I don't know what they are, but they look cool. So I'm going to be breeding, I'm going to try to breed those. And I actually have to set up another bin for some I'm getting this week, but I forgot to bring 4 bins out here because I kind of forgot I was getting more this week. So yeah, without further ado, I'll get back to you guys whenever the bins are filled with dirt. So now that we have some dirt in there, the dirt fills up about a third, maybe you can argue a quarter of the way up. And then we're going to take a misting bottle. That is let me turn the settings on to where it'll mist instead of spray. And you're going to get nice and moist in there because isopods like humidity. Then we're going to take just a little handful, not a handsful. And I like to do, what is in there? Oh, it's just a stick. I like to do on one half, you do some nice damp sphagnum moss on one half. Leave the other half blank with just regular soil. And just a nice little thick layer because isopods can get in there and they'll hide in it and they'll live in it. There you go, a nice little layer of sphagnum moss on each half. I'm gonna add a little more on that one. This is probably going to be the bin for the native ones because it does get a little bit drier here sometimes. Another little misting. Now we're going to introduce the isopods to their bins. First up, we have our dairy cows, which look like this, and they breed like crazy. This is my first species I ever kept. We're going to put them in this bin. So I'm going to slide them over here. We're going to go ahead and put some of their cork bark in there, because a lot of them are hiding in the cork bark. You see in here, we got some hiding in there. There's a nice little dairy cow example. If it'll focus, but it won't. Nice little dairy cow colony. Some little baby dairy cows and some little baby dwarf whites as well. Hold up, we have to move this out of the way. I'm actually going to take out this piece of bark because there's no dairy cows on here. Doesn't look like. We're going to tap it out. And we're going to give it to the next species because I don't really have much cork bark left. And then I have a bunch of dairy cows hang out in here. And this is why we're replacing the bins. My African Wildcat knocked the old ones over and broke them. And that was an event. Put some crushed eggshells in there so they can have some structure. What is... See, this is how we know it fell over. It fell over and a sock ended up in there. And now I'm scared there's going to be isopods in the sock, so I'm going to have to investigate that in a moment. Put that in the bin over there so we don't cause an epidemic. Okay, there's a little dairy cow. That's a nice little example of a dairy cow. go in there. And I'll get back to you guys whenever we're done transporting. These are the Priscillioscaber kois, if they'll come into focus. They won't. They're like a calico color. These suffered the biggest loss. I did lose most of them when the bins took a tumble. Taking some carrots out too. Carrots are good food for them. I don't even think I did. Hold up. There's also dwarf whites mixed in with every colony of these because the dwarf white bin got knocked over and mixed up. So I can't tell which of these are baby Priscillioscabers or which one are dwarf whites. So just going to add a little bit of the medium from all in there. And dwarf whites won't harm your other colonies. It's not a big issue to have dwarf whites. Oh, there's a Priscillioscaber. Just disappeared. But that sucks. He just disappeared. I don't know where he came from. But yeah, searching through, they're difficult to find. I might need to buy more because the cat had to go and destroy them. Now, these looks like a dwarf orange, but I never bought dwarf oranges, but they probably could have came in with a different group. So yeah, just dropping these off. I only saw 2 of the supposed about dozen I had, so I think I might have just had 1 that I just found and threw in the bucket. So yeah, that was unfortunate. I did lose a lot of these. If anyone has any in the South Carolina area, let me know. I got these at the Winston-Salem Repticon a couple months ago, and haven't seen any since at any other Repticons. They're kind of rare, and I don't feel like buying them online. There's one, but it's... Oh, it's not dead, it's not dead, it's not dead. Come here, why are you... There, you're going to go in your bin. There's another one, so we have 2. Hopefully they're different genders, so that way they can breed. So they do berry. Sorry if this is getting boring for anyone, but... Looking for my bugs. I like my bugs. I like my isopods. The one I lost that just fell was a really pretty dark purplish blue one. That was a pretty one. I'm dropping these eggshells in there because the eggshells are good for calcium. And I also put calcium powder in here, just dribble a little bit. There's a goat on the porch, by the way. That is what that noise is. She's supposed to be eating grass, but she's playing with me for some reason. Yeah, we're not throwing these bins out, by the way. We're just gonna get as many out as we can, and every so often I'll groom through the old bins and see what what pops up in them. So yeah, I don't see any more Priscillioscabers, or the koi variety, because there's also Priscillioscaber lavas, which look really cool. Pop up a picture of those right there. They're a cool species, but they're super expensive. I don't really work with any expensive isopods at the moment because I'm an amateur, and I don't trust myself with that kind of fire. So this was a bin that actually didn't get destroyed, but like I said, we had that humidity issue. You saw how dry it looked in there, and I literally misted them last night. I'm gonna wash my hands off with this real quick. Okay, so we're gonna be setting up the bins for the wild caught ones. First, we're gonna start out with giving them a little bit of food, some carrot, and I actually found them under a big rock, so I'm gonna put the big rock, because I mean, they obviously enjoyed the big rock, so we're gonna give them big rock. This food's for the rest of the isopods. Now, I do think these are just common pill bugs slash roly-polies. Armadillidium something is the scientific name, but I mean, they roll up into a ball like the armadillos. See, if I scare it, you're not going to do it now. I mean, they're pretty cool. This will not focus on them. The cons of filming with your phone. Now, if these escape, it's fine because they're native. They'll be fine. Got a couple more in there that are hanging out. I just got them in this little trash can because I was keeping them in a little small food container with just some sphagnum moss. Now, I had more than this, but a couple of them did die, like when I got them. Here's one rolled up in a ball. They roll up. It's Armadillidium something. Now, that might be a different species than these, because these... this one only partially rolls up in a ball. I think I have 2 species here. But I mean, they're getting along fine, so I mean, you're a little different. You're darker. So I don't know. I think I have 2 different species here, but these look cool. I like them. So we're keeping them. And yeah. Now, I was going to put labels on all of these, but the issue arose of my label maker ran out of ink, so all I got was the dairy cows. So they're going to get their little label, and the dairy cows are on the bottom. And I'll be able to tell these apart because one get big rock, one get a little bit of wood. So yeah, the dairy cows, good God, their enclosure is packed. And a cow just yelled at me. There's like 1 million of them in here. Gonna lift up the rock, and or not the rock, the thing, and actually, no, there's not 1 million. Did they escape already? No, there's one. Okay. They're just hanging out in here. They're just living the life. They're probably underneath this one. Yeah, there's a bunch underneath that one. So yeah, this is gonna be a pain to get them out. I actually have located these in a lot of my enclosures already, so a lot of my enclosures already have these in there. I'm mostly breeding isopods just for the isopod fun. I got dairy cows because I knew they were prolific, and I got those for the purpose of putting in my enclosures for the cleanup crew. But now that I've got already got a cleanup crew in most of my enclosures, I'm just having fun breeding isopods for fun because they're fun to breed. I like fun. I like isopods. They're cool. I used to not think I'd ever get inverts. Well, I don't know. Isopods caught my attention. We're gonna move their little label right there. I've already fed those guys. These guys don't have any new carrot yet. That's all old carrot. Throw them some, the 2 that are in there. Maybe more. I can't tell if the babies are the same species or not. But yeah, so yeah. Also, all these have dwarf whites. Technically, we're looking at 4 species of isopod here. But yeah. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. It's not a normal type video. It's more of a DIY little video instead of a little vlog type deal. But I like making these kinds of videos. So if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you real soon. Peace.